today, this particular Friday, it's just too damn hot.
And when you get on the train, all those bodies.
Think about something else you need. That guy.
5'6", and he probably weighs 300 pounds.
Where the hell are his cervical vertebrae under all that little fat? Incredible. That's a challenge. Shit! Naturally I forgot to pack that little handy book. Why couldn't I have stayed home to be a sculptor today? I don't mean just hack away at some piece of wood like a caveman. I mean fit a 100-pound block inside here and plot a monument to something inside my head. Have you ever seen one of those cartoons where some Michelangelo-esque body taps a chisel just so on a huge piece of Carrara?
And the stone crumbles and voila, David.
I need silence. I need everything that I don't want to think about to just shut the fuck off.
The world does not operate at your convenience.
Did you hear what I said about shutting the fuck up? You are exactly who I don't want to hear from.
Off. You said off.
Off. Off what? I said off. You can't even say the word. F-U-C-K.
You are just like that guy at the deli who growls at everyone and calls him a you-know-what.
Yeah, you got it. I strongly identify with a really pissed off guy who I know would throw my sandwich at me if I said thank you.
You are twins. Every time somebody asks
me why I'm in a bad
mood, which you always
mood.
are.
Shit! I hate that question. It's not a mood. It's as if I was trying to explode that 100-pound block from the inside out with a giant reamer. Muscles vibrate. If every muscle in your body vibrated at once, so loud while they pumped up bigger, fiber by fiber blowing up 10 times in size, I wouldn't even need a reamer. I could explode that 100-pound block myself. A whole new sculpture technique. I'd osmose into a fucking dryad.
Calm down.
Okay. The atlas is here. First, second, third vertebrae. Wow, that is so cool.
You do not think that the New York subway is a great place to be nuts? Oh my dear.
I'm hungry.
If the deafening noise isn't enough to soothe your aggressive urges to yell at people, New York is so big that at least you're probably not going to run into anybody you know and embarrass yourself.
Thank God. I'm not like these people.
You want dinner, they want dinner. Shades of gray, my dear, shades of gray.
I have something to do besides eat when I get home. Or what do they do when they get home?
Please, you've been yelling at somebody on the subway or subway platform every day for the last few weeks.
Yeah. The worst was on Tuesday. I couldn't concentrate to save my life on Tuesday.
You even almost hit that
I
guy.
even almost hit that guy. There I was, riding the subway car, sandwiched between two people. The woman in front of me, Jesus, she had huge neuromastoids. She looked like she'd been riding the subway all day. She was so wilted. And in back of me,
You couldn't see who was in back of you.
obviously, but I thought I ought to take a look when something anatomical pressed to my rear end.
For heaven's sake, it was a mailing tube.
Yeah? Well, the endomorph sticking in enemy must have thought it was funny. He grinned and made a kissy face at me.
Endomorph, speak English. The man is a little chubby. You just had to make a scene.
His little chubby was what I was afraid of. Shit, that was great. Do you mind telling me what body part of yours is pressing into me? The woman in front of me was so surprised every sweaty hair on her forehead sprang up, like little tiny muscles flexed all over her scalp.
I wondered why she was so surprised.
That was funny! Boing!
That was Tuesday. This is Friday. Today it will not be so funny.
I'm minding my own business. All I care about is getting home. This train is so late, and I need at least 3 hours to finish blocking out the head on that new piece.
Who on earth is that woman walking towards you, Evie? Oh, she has a beard. And an Adam's apple.
Stop it. Stop interrupting me.
Look at him. He is so small. If he had wings, he would be a bird.
Fly in another
direction, little man.
Because you need a bath.
He's demented.
Yeah. Look at him. No wonder he smells so bad. Even a bird was wet wearing a wool cap and jacket in August in New York. What's he saying?
He's not talking to you. He's talking to
one of his demons.
You just do not have a drop of compassion in you, do you? What would Mama say? That man's not thinking about you.
Mama taught me what's usually on a man's mind every 7 seconds.
Mama is a prude. People are going to think you're as crazy as he is.
It's the New York subway system. Nobody's going to notice if I get mugged by this babbling, bizarre little man, and nobody's going to notice if I mug him. Just what exactly is your goddamn problem, mister?
Nothing you say makes any sense to him. Nothing he says makes any sense to him. Look at him.
A guy that size has more muscle mass than a woman has.
Why are you so afraid of someone whose bones weigh less than yours?
I am at my point. I might as well be dead. Going crazy in this fucking cave of a subway. Which ought to be cool, like caves are supposed to be, instead of hot like subways always are. All I want to do is spend a few hours with wood chips, have a little peace. Leave me alone, little man!
Evie, listen to yourself.
Jesus, all the shit in here.
You hit that man!
He didn't even blink, didn't even pause between phrases of babble.
I never thought that you would hit anybody.
Jesus Christ,
You
he
really
is crazy.
You're gonna get arrested.
I bet he'll never hassle anybody else ever again.
He did nothing to you, and even if he did, he would not even know what that was.
It really pisses me off that more women don't. Men think they can get away with, and they do, literally, get away with murder. One of these days, one of these goddamn fucking days.
One of these days, you're gonna get arrested. Thank God, the train. Do not say anything to anybody on the train today, even if it kills you.
Don't say anything to anybody on the train. Not even the New York subway can drown out your voice.
Scusa!
Oh, shit! A cop!
Momentito! You're gonna have to wait for the next train, dear. How come you get into so many altercations, dear? This is the 3rd time. No, wait, there was a couple of teenagers. This is the 4th time I saw you yelling at people, and today you hit somebody. Maybe you was afraid of him. Maybe next time you afraid of somebody, you tell me to get into an argument, okay? Because if I see you yelling or something again, I'm gonna think you a troublemaker. This is what you call a friendly warning, okay? Evie was past her point, as she called it, which meant that she was so angry and out of control that she was paralyzed except for fighting with me. She stood in exactly the same spot for 10 minutes after the cop left. It was rush hour. We were lucky enough that another train came as soon as the first one left, but Evie did not get on that train, nor either of the other 2 that followed. She was embarrassed about being dressed down by a policewoman in front of the rush hour crowd, but not about attacking a babbling, harmless little old man. If I had enough power, I would have forced her to thank that policewoman for giving me a break. She hit that old man. It was assault and battery. Where are we going, Criminal?
I'm going to grab a taxi. I don't give a flying fuck what you do.
You do not have any money.
Ezekiel connected them, dry bones. Ezekiel connected them, dry bones.
You never should be allowed to carry any money anyway. Do you even know how much a taxi fare
Shut
to
up.
Hoboken is?
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
There you go again, getting hysterical as usual. You're totally out of your mind. What are you doing? Okay, that is a gypsy cab. I am not going to let you get into a gypsy cab.
The toe bone's connected to the foot bone. The foot bone's connected to the ankle bone.
You are afraid of a harmless babbling little man in the subway, but you're not afraid of that? Now he really looks crazy.
Ezekiel connected them, dry bones. I hear the word of the Lord.
Would you believe that she had to ask the cab driver to stop at a cash machine because she did not have enough money? He made her leave her driver's license in the car. She was lucky he didn't make her leave her credit card in the car. I know that a gypsy cab driver would not just have passed up driving off without her.
The ankle bone's connected to the leg bone. The leg bone's connected to the knee bone.
You never tell me how much money you have. Unfortunately, money is one of the things she is good at camouflaging. I never know until some sales lady at Macy's is handing me back her charge card. Mishandling money time she walks into the apartment building, everyone must know about her wild mood swings because she takes a lot of aggression out on those security doors. It is never enough for her to slam the first door. She has to slam the second door too. And every time she does, the 75-year-old senora on the first floor thrusts her head up towards Evie like a threatening chicken. Hey! I told her that woman will not give you a break the way the cop did. She will call the landlord. Do you want to get evicted? Wander the streets ranting and raving?
How can somebody that I can't even see be so loud? It sucks to be crazy. She diverts me every time. She manipulates me into believing that she's in control of everything.
I am not a separate personality. I am unaware except for an intellectual sense of the universe as it exists outside your body. You have been using your illness to control your illness.
One day, I will control you.
Oh.
Sounds like me. On a radio. Turned up too loud. And there's all this static between my ears. But my mouth is closed, and my lips aren't moving. I am not talking out loud to myself. It's as if somebody is making me hear my own voice. I get this tickle in the back of my head, so deep inside my head it feels like it's in my brain. It's here, at the house, like another head with a really big mouth. It is dark, like there's veils over my eyeballs. I saw the doctor 2 weeks ago. He said, it would be worse to have multiple personalities than a few delusions here and there. But, doctor, I can't think. I can't see. It sucks to be crazy. Susan is not a separate personality. She's unaware except in an intellectual sense of the universe as it exists outside your body. It's a delusion, the veils, as you call them, that come between you and your art. It's a sort of mental block created by the delusion of Susan that succeeds in pulling you out of relationship after relationship. Let's see, how does that go? Oh, yes! The brain exists in a state of splendid isolation. That's rest out. Say all this was science fiction, and I, being the doctor, was transplanting your brain into what's your boyfriend's name, and his brain into you. Would he be getting a new brain, or would you be getting a new body?
Maybe you would be a better artist.
If I was him. You have just as much creativity as he has. Creativity is a normal aspect of human brain function. You just have Susan, too. But look. See these guys? 250 milligram Depakote. Orange-coated reality. These pills give Susan 3 weeks to vacate. And if they don't work, I've got other pills. But doctor, what happens after she vacates or whatever? You mean, what will remain? Why, you, Edie, the artist, alone at last. Alone? What does that mean, alone?
Alone means that in 21 days you will be as blank and flat as the face of an egg. Mama, do you hear it? I think there's a little girl outside. She's really loud. You really do not hear it? She's yelling. I'm gonna start yelling myself in a minute. What you wanted to tell her was that you heard a voice that was here in the back of your head like another one, with a really big mouth. You did not want her to know that you heard a voice that nobody else could hear. You were afraid she might get mad. coming back. Evie! Evie!
Jesus? Thank you, good Mama lets me drop. I couldn't draw any more Jesus, I'd just stop. I wouldn't be anymore.
You're a bad, bad girl.
Jesus, is that you?
Did you hear me? You're a bad, bad girl.
Sounds like me. On a radio turned up too loud. But my mouth is closed and my lips aren't moving. I'm not talking out loud to myself. Somebody's making me hear my own voice. Did you hear me?
Did you hear me? I think that they should not let you draw anymore.
Go away! I'm going to be an artist when I grow up and nobody can stop me.
That is not true and you know it.
If I couldn't carve anymore, I'd just stop.
The pills will stop you. The radio will not turn off. It will just go. Static.
This isn't the first time I had to take. They gave me something. I almost hit somebody before. Profenazine is horrible. Some people start doing this thing with their mouths. Tardive dyskinesia. And just because you stop taking the pills doesn't mean it goes away. Sometimes it doesn't start until after you quit taking the pills. And there's not a damn thing they can do about it. But that's not even the worst part. I swear, the first thing I saw, the first morning I took the first little gray pill, was this huge girl doing that thing with her mouth and staring into space. The doctor told me when he gave me the prescription, you might experience a little fatigue, so it would be best to avoid alcohol. And some people do have a bit of weight gain. A bit? That girl weighed 3 times what I do. And a little fatigue. The first 3 weeks you feel like each one of your legs weighs as much as that girl. I was terrified of turning into her. So for the first 6 months, I spent my whole lunch hour walking so my legs wouldn't stop moving. Then I couldn't stand it anymore. I quit the pills. 180 hours of walking.